And so first of all, that word walk, it's not like, everybody walks different, different people walk a different way. But it's just this idea of how you move through life. Like there's a way that we are to move through life. There's a way that God is requiring us to move through life. And it is with humility. So we're going to talk about this for a minute. So I want to talk about what is required? What does it mean to walk humbly? It doesn't mean to, I'm just walking humbly. They're not talking about the physical walk. It doesn't mean to have some swag. I mean, you can, whatever, but it's how we navigate life. And one of the things that I found about humility is that it often has to do with a correct understanding of the power dynamics and who's in charge and who's in control. But a lot of us, we work on pride, we work on humility, but I found something about this with humility in my life. I may think I'm something. I got some followers on Instagram. I did some good stuff. Some people have said some nice things. I might start thinking I'm something, but the minute I come eye to eye, face to face, or in contact with something that I know is more powerful than me, I quickly know that none of that matters anymore. For example, say you got a guy who's maybe he's a CEO of a Fortune 50 company. He's worth 9 figures. He's a great dude, written books, lots of influence, lots of power. Presidents listen to him. And I mean, this is a guy, if anybody has a reason to be yeah, I'm kind of, walking a little bit, it's this guy. And he decides, I'm going to take my company, I'm going to take my guys out, we're going to go on an African safari. And they're out in the safari and the truck leaves and all of a sudden he's standing there by himself and staring him down 5 feet in front of him is Simba, a lion. Now, in that moment, humility is not a problem. Humility, no one needs to give this guy a lesson on where he stands, his importance, and his power. Because it doesn't matter how many numbers are in his bank account, how many followers he has, how many books he's written, he knows where he stands, right? This is why we Floridians should not swim in fresh water. Thank you. Why? Because there is a power dynamic that we cannot see under the water, and there are these large dinosaurs. And it doesn't matter how much we think of ourselves in our little context, that power dynamic, you are second in that dynamic, right? Same is true with shark. You might be yeah, you know what? The whole world kind of bows to me. Let me tell you what doesn't bow to you. Let me go throw you over in the Pacific Ocean with the great white during Shark Week and see what happens. What's my point? Humility takes care of itself when there's an accurate understanding of who you're around. Do you get where I'm going with that? So, bless you. It doesn't matter how rich, doesn't matter how powerful, doesn't matter who you know, what you know, how many degrees you have, who thinks what of you, what your success is, how much self-confidence is. When there's a power dynamic, you understand where you stand. You know where you stand.